Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba says Japan will press ahead with trade talks with the United States even after President Donald Trump announced 25% tariffs on Japanese goods starting August 1st. Speaking after a high-level cabinet meeting on Tuesday, Ishiba confirmed that Japan has received a fresh proposal from Washington to continue negotiations until the newly set August deadline. However, Ishiba made it clear the lack of a deal so far stems from Japan's refusal to offer what he called easy concessions in the face of U.S. pressure.
At this point, there are still issues on which Japan and the United States cannot come to an agreement, and unfortunately, we have not yet reached a consensus. This is because the Japanese government has avoided making easy compromises, has insisted on what must be sought, and has protected what must be protected, continuing tough negotiations.
Despite the standoff, Ishiba said recent talks with the U.S. have led to some progress, including a rollback of earlier threats from Trump to hike tariffs as high as 35%.
Through repeated discussions with the U.S. side, we have seen some progress in the talks. As a result, in this recent exchange of letters, it is not the 30% or 35% tariffs that President Trump has recently mentioned, but in fact, it is a measure to effectively maintain the current rates, and furthermore, it extends the negotiation period.
The Japanese Prime Minister revealed that the U.S. now wants to move quickly, aiming to wrap up negotiations before the new August 1st deadline.
The U.S. side has also proposed that, depending on Japan's response, the contents of the letter could be reconsidered, and that they would like to promptly proceed with negotiations with Japan toward the new deadline of August 1st.
Still, the mood in Tokyo was far from upbeat. Ishiba called the fresh U.S. tariff move deeply regrettable and signaled Tokyo won't be pressured into a rushed deal.
It is truly regrettable that, in addition to the additional tariffs already imposed by the U.S. government, they have now announced an increase in tariff rates.
U.S. President Donald Trump had announced on Monday, July 7th, that his administration will impose a 25% tariff on all imports from Japan and South Korea, citing long-standing trade imbalances in what he described as unfair tariff and non-tariff barriers. The tariffs are set to take effect from August 1st, 2025. In identically worded letters to South Korean President Lee Jae-myung and Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba Shigeru, Trump said the United States had shown great commitment by continuing trade relations with both countries despite significant deficits.